right, so the door, meanwhile, still closed, and now the fraud parade is extended, despite what you heard here first, right from the watchdog's mouth. Remember this?
My auditors have uncovered instances of a minimum of 53 IRS employees who apparently illegally or inappropriately claim credits for a first-time home.
Whoa. 53 IRS employees were illegally trying to take advantage of a program meant to help the average American get a home for the first time?
That is correct.
See, when news breaks, we even do the sound of the Fox News alert, so you know subliminally something big has happened. And when that guy said something crooked has happened, then that got a lot of attention. But those silly facts won't stop the housing credit program. New plans in the works to extend it through at least June and offer the credit to even more home buyers. And the National Association of Realtors is pushing its agents to get on board. But what about the nation's #1 realtor? She's not playing along, and they want her head on a spigot. Dolly Lenz is with me right now. Dolly, good to have you.
Hi.
I don't think they want your head on a spigot, but you're not going along. Why not?
Because I don't think it's the best thing for the country. And at the end of the day, the best thing for the country is the best thing for all of us.
Okay, why isn't this the best thing for the country if it just lifts home sales and real estate activity?
Because somebody has to pay for it. You know, it's deficit.
Details.
I mean, deficit spending.
Well, many of your colleagues are a tad more selfish than you, and they look at this as net good for them.
No, net it's not good for them.
Why not?
Because at the end of the day, it's going to cost us something. And if it's going to cost us something, we should look at A, where else we could spend it, and B, maybe we shouldn't spend it at all.
Okay, so what would you do? Just drop it? Just not have it?
I would end it when they said they were going to end it. And by the way, I think it's a bad idea to keep extending things, because then people start getting into the idea of, okay, well, maybe it's really not going to end in June. You know, there's an election in November.
So I'll hold out until I see it again.
Exactly. And it then starts being worth less. So while it costs a lot of money, it's worth less. So psychologically, and the housing market, other than a couple of states, is actually pretty good.
Well, where is it pretty good?
New York, New Jersey, Connecticut.
What's pretty good about New Jersey and New York?
No, it's good. I mean, there's absorption, there's pent-up demand.
What realm are you looking at? Is your gazillionaire range?
No. No, there's absorption, there's pent-up demand. People are buying things.
Yeah, but there's absorption because prices have fallen off the cliff.
That's okay. So we don't need an extra $8,000. The prices have fallen off the cliff, and everyone needs to sit back and say, okay, let me take a breather, let me watch, and I bet we'll be happy with the result.
So we're going to have someone on here who's slightly different to that point of view. The problems of this program and others notwithstanding, the benefits outweigh the problems. You're saying the problems outweigh the benefits, right?
Correct. And there's other places we can spend the money if, in fact, we have money burning a hole in our pocket.
But if you get the government pulling out of this sort of stuff, Dolly...
We're not pulling out. It's an extension.
I understand. I know. But when people get used to it, it's pulling out.
Well, when are we going to pull out? June?
I think I'm
then November?
Aren't I the interviewer?
Oh, sorry.
Okay. It's not the Dolly Lunch. I'm kidding. But is there your sense that people have been spoiled into expecting this, whether it's cash for clunkers for cars or rebates or incentives to buy homes, that this is built into our psyche?
That's the danger. That's the danger. If we now extend it, then it gets definitely built into the psyche. We can't afford that. It's not good for the housing market.
Which is the dominant theme for home buying? I always ask you this, but
low interest rates.
Low interest rates.
Availability of financing. We got that.
Well, we don't have a lot of available.
Well, in the in the Fannie Mae, Freddie, Fannie Freddie realm, we have financing. That's not a problem.
But it's financing for less amount, right? I mean, you have to put more money down.
Yes, but I don't think that's a bad idea anyway. I mean, these things should make sense when you're buying them, right?
So you got some skin in the game.
Exactly. And they should make sense to you. You should sit there and say, okay, well, I have a 5-year time horizon. I have a 10-year time horizon.
But wouldn't that affect the vacation home or second, third home type buyer?
But it all has to, in other words, if you don't let it even out, you don't let it play itself out, how will you ever know?
Okay, so if we didn't do any of this stuff,
right, when
would it start evening out?
I think it started evening out. I think we're really okay. I really believe that.
You're on something.
Maybe.
All right. There's no way I don't see evidence. Well, I see some bubbling and percolating. But
lower inventories.
Yeah, but lower inventories. Okay, so they're just god awful high now from really god awful high, right?
Right, but they're lower.
It's progress.
Look, if you want to address something, let's address unemployment. Let's address jobs.
So those are the traditional things you look at.
And that will bolster real estate and the rest of the economy. I think somebody who's unemployed is not buying a house. credit or no credit, right? Except maybe if they're 4 years old. But except for those people.
4-year-olds are getting a check.
Yeah, exactly.
Or illegals are getting it.
Exactly.
Do you ever get invited to real estate parties because they seem to hate you?
Well, not a lot, but that's okay. I have lots of other parties.
Yes, indeed you do. Dolly Lenz, there is no more successful realtor in this country. I think I got a glance at why.